All right, guys, brake parts are here. Let me run through real fast, show y'all what we have. Let me get some of this mess out of the way. I was doing the fluid changes on the Jeep, so I have all kinds of stuff for that laying in the way of doing this. Okay, that should be good enough for now. All right, so here's where we're at. Here's what we have. Here's the list of all the parts. Again, this is the S10 two-wheel drive axle going in the shoebox. Show you all that. For anyone that want to do this, you know what I mean? Make your life a lot easier. There's that. There you go. Got your quantity and everything. So, we're going to rebuild it. We're going to rebuild the brakes today. So let me show you what we got. We got the wheel cylinder. These are the same on each side. Everything's the same on each side, except for the parking brake cable. I usually use Centrics for wheel cylinders. I went with AC Delco. Not 100% sure why. And I thought about it after I got them, but I did. So it's okay. So there's the wheel cylinders. This is the passenger side brake hose. Or not brake hose, you know, the one thing. E-brake cable. There's that. So now what I'm going to have to do is whichever end goes to the drum, I'll figure that out. I guess that's this end right here. I'm going to cut it somewhere. I'm going to strip the wire back, or the sheath back, and I'm going to crimp this together with the factory Ford brake cables. I did it in the Chevy. It worked perfectly for 5 years. We also have, and I haven't even opened this up yet, so let me get my razor knife real fast. Oh yeah, I have. Brake drums. Again, same on both sides. There's the part number. This is the S10 brake hose. I'm hoping it'll fit. It's just a more modern style. All this is crimped as opposed to the original brake hose screwing into this distribution block. So if it doesn't work, I also ordered the original style. I know the wheel cylinders are the same for the brake line fitting, so if it should all be compatible. I'm like 90% sure it's all compatible. All right, so there's that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. This is the stuff right here. Instead of having to order all the parts separately, which I've always done, I've had to order the adjusting screws. I've had to order whatever, everything. This kit came with, of course I got to pull it all out, but it's a full setup. It's got everything. It's got this bar in it. It's got every single spring, obviously. It's got the adjusters. It's got it all. So there's that. There's the shoes. Here's the spring perches. I ordered these on Amazon. I was going to order them from the company that makes them. But with Amazon, you can check how long or where they're at. You know what I mean? So you can know exactly where your shipping's at. Most companies, it's kind of up in the air. They're long as crap, but it's okay because my springs are flat. This will give them a better chance of not having spring wrap. Obviously, it's got the 3 holes. I don't care about those. Now, it is taller. I don't know how much because I forgot to measure the factory perch height. So my U-bolts aren't going to work. That's already a guarantee. So I know that's not going to happen. So I have to wait to weld these on. So today we're just doing the brakes. Next video is going to be how to set the pinion angle and all that. I'm still waiting for the U-joint. I'm waiting for the U-joint straps. I have to take the drive shaft to get it shortened at the shop. I'm going to take it to Fleet Pride, let them handle that. They've done a bunch of drive shafts for me. It's always good. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. And again, if y'all know how to build brakes, drum brakes, don't worry about this video. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. A lot of people are intimidated by it. If you take apart one side at a time and rebuild one side at a time, you are good to go 90% of the time. Because you can go reference the other side. They're exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So we'll go ahead, bang this out real fast, and then we'll call it a day for now. All right, got everything stripped down. One thing I found is this spring right here is different. This is the one that came out. This is the one going in. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but you see this? This right here is curving different on these two. So the spring has to go in like this. Has to go in and wrap around. So now it's going to go this one under the bottom of this, hooked on there. Now it's going to go on the top. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but I have this just in case. Also, I'm contemplating losing the auto adjust. And I think, don't know if this would work or not. I'm going to try it real quick just to see what happens, just to see if it's possible. But if I use this spring, and granted it's an old spring, but it should be okay. I should be able to wrap that around like that and hook that around this peg. And then I would lose all this crap that I don't care about anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about that stuff. So I'm going to try it and see if I think it'll work. If it'll work, I'm running with manual adjusting brakes. I'll keep all this crap just in case. You know, whatever. When I go to disc brakes, I'll probably put it all in. But for the time being, I don't need the back brakes auto adjusting, the front brakes not auto adjusting. And eventually I end up just riding on back brakes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm under here doing brake tightening anyway, couple clicks in the front, come back, couple clicks in the back, done. So I'm going to see if it'll work. If it will, that'll be freaking sweet. I'll try and find springs, and I can just pop this out and replace that one spring. That's not a huge deal. So that's where we're at now. Time to hit it with some brake cleaner, try and clean this backing plate up some. Then I'm going to hit the drum with some brake cleaner. I'm going to hit the shoes with some brake cleaner. Clean them up. Put some grease on the contact points. There, 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 on both sides. There, there, and there. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I haven't noticed any difference whatsoever. I'm going to do it because I have grease and because I have it apart. The e-brake cable. I have to figure out how to get that spring off this lever because I don't know how that lever comes off. But the bracket itself right here comes in from the front side or behind the brakes and hooks onto that right there. So it's easy to reconnect. You got to push the brake cable through, but I want to clean this up before I push it through. See, it has those prongs on there. I had to, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Anyway, I broke those prongs off the other one to get it out because it has to fit through that hole right there. And there's 3 prongs on 3 sides, so it's impossible to get one push through, to get all 3 pushed through at the same time. So just break them off and keep it moving. Go ahead and clean this up real fast, then we will reassemble. Okay, got this end cut off. So what I'm going to do, instead of fooling with this thing, I'm just going to put it back together the same way I took it apart. Slide this straight out. Since I'm swedging it anyway, it doesn't matter if it's, there you go, pulled the cable out. I don't even know if I'm going to keep any of this, to tell you the truth. I think on the Chevy, I can't remember 100%, but I'm pretty sure it was just cable coming straight out. But anyway, I'm going to slide this through. Let's see if I can do this on video. Not that it's super exciting, but, you know, try and do something on video anyway. Is it working? Where are we? Where are we at? Okay, there we go. Slide that through there. Okay, I need 2 hands. Sorry, be right back. And there we go. It's hooked up. Feed the end back through and kick this out of the way and start assembling. Easy enough, easy enough. And there it is. It's done. I was almost finished and I realized I forgot to put this bar in for the emergency brake, which sucked. Hopefully it was a tight fit on this side. Guess you can't really see what I'm pointing at. There it is. It was a tight fit over here. So I'm assuming, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. This side went on fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. So I'm going to throw the drum on here, and then I'm just going to toss the drum on the other side. I'm going to rip the other side apart real fast, and I'll probably rebuild it real quick. I got to figure out what size spacers to get. So in one of my other videos, I said I had to buy new wheels, Chevy wheels, for a Chevy bolt pattern with more of a back spacing, less of a back spacing, to bring the center of the wheel back towards the back of the rim. That's 3.75. I was going to get wheels with a 3-inch, and it was still going to be more narrow than this, which was fine. But then I started thinking, those wheels are $140 a piece that I had to buy, the Chevy wheels. These are already mounted, balanced, ready to go. They're the exact match for the front wheels. So I'll buy spacers. I'll buy adapters. Slap it on there. Call it a day. I'll be able to use these wheels with this axle. It'll be the same width as the factory axle. And it'll move the wheels out further from the frame and put them exactly the distance from the frame they were. I'm notching the frame so the backing plate will have plenty of clearance, because the notch is going to be a big fat one. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, hang on. All right, so what I might do is, of course this thing's all bent up. It's going to be like that, give or take a little bit. I might widen it up a little bit just to get clearance there and back here. So if I add another 2 inches in the center, then I'm golden. But anyway, there we go. There we have it. Perfect. Okay. So there's one side. Do the same thing on the other side. Throw the drum on, measure, buy spacers, put it in, line it up, weld those on, rear end's back in. I'll show you all how I do these brake cables too. All right, so there we are for now. Drum brakes done. And that's that.